The Curriculum Assessment Group is an integral part of this total process of co-construction, because what we're trying to do in Wales is to bring together that combination of practitioners from across Wales who know the reality of what it's like to be in a classroom, know the reality of the young people of Wales and their learning, bring them together with people with a broad range of backgrounds, both academics and policy people from other parts of UK and the world. And by bringing those two groups together, what hopefully you do is to get a better blend between insights into what's the cutting edge thinking about the nature of learning and the nature of the curriculum, and how do we translate that into the reality, which will mean that our young people in Wales are getting the kind of experience which the new curriculum potentially offers to them. So it's creating that blend, and the Curriculum Assessment Group has got a very critical role to play in terms of as a part of that co-construction process.
My name is Louise Hayward and I'm Professor of Assessment and Innovation at the University of Glasgow, and I'm a member of the Independent Advisory Group and also the Curriculum and Assessment Group in Wales.
I'm Robin Banerjee. I'm a Professor of Developmental Psychology and Head of Psychology at the University of Sussex.
I'm really incredibly impressed by the level of feedback that there has been about the new curriculum in Wales and the depth of thinking that has gone on. Obviously people have really engaged and they've taken the new curriculum to their hearts, and so it's really wonderful to see people identifying and addressing some of the really challenging issues.
This stage in the process of curriculum reform is always one where there's a bit of uncertainty. You're not quite sure. Pioneer schools have worked over a period of a couple of years now. They've done a huge amount of work in terms of translating an original concept into something which can then be put into practice in the classroom. So when you reach this point in the process, you say, well, how are people going to respond to this as we move into inviting a wider circle of those to become directly involved in the process? What we've had is a very, very substantial and constructive response to the work of the pioneer schools, which is saying, in broad terms as I read it, so far so good. You've done a really good job. As far as we can see, we're still behind the original concept. That seems to come through in the bulk of the consultation responses. We can see how you've taken this forward. We can see the essence of what it is that you're trying to do. But we've got lots of suggestions as to things that either would help us to understand it better and communicate it better, or where we think maybe there are things that need more substantial rethinking. So I think we're at a stage in the process, a critical stage in the process, where the commission to continue is there, from the authority to continue is there from the consultation, and there's now work to be done in order to take account of the big messages that are coming through.
I think the feedback overall gives us a sense of confidence that we are moving in the right direction, that the journey we're on is an exciting one, that people are enthused and engaged, and that's a really positive one. But there are also points that have come up from the feedback from so many different parties which give us, quite rightly, things to consider. Directions for possible changes, as well as aspects of how we might want to present and communicate what we're doing in order to make sure that the messages that we're wanting to communicate are actually getting out to the people who are going to be making use of this curriculum.
Yeah, the feedback which come through is in many ways very impressive, because those who have responded, many of those who have responded, have clearly engaged in some depth with a construct which is new, a construct which requires them to think a bit differently about the nature of learning and the nature of the curriculum more generally. So as we look through the very large number of responses, some of them very, very in-depth in terms of the response, I think that the quality of the thinking of those who are contributing at this stage in the process beyond the pioneer schools is impressive, and will make a really good contribution to helping the pioneers and others to take this forward to the next stage.